Right guys, welcome back to lesson 2. In this lesson we are going to go over liquidity, our targets for our trades, and where to place our take profit. Right, so we already went over on the last lesson where to place your stop loss, where to take your entry from the institutional candle, etc. Right? So now we're going to go over targets. So simply our targets are equal highs, lows, imbalances, other institutional candles, and retail patterns. So these would be our 4 targets when we're looking at the chart. So we are always on the lookout for these, right? Now I'm going to go over everything else. For now we're just going to focus on the equal highs and equal lows, right? So right here, really quickly, we see that we have a nice beautiful double top, right? Nice beautiful double top. So much people are selling from this double top, right? So much liquidity has been built up because stop losses are all being formed right here, right? So other areas that you want to look for is support and resistance, because so much liquidity has been built up under there too. So let's take this for an example. So much liquidity is just been built up here because price is coming up, dropping down, buying off, buying off, buying off, buying off, buying off. So much people can see this, right? So much people can notice this. And I want you guys to take a look at this institutional candle. Now this one wasn't successful, unfortunately, but see how the banks are always attracted to areas of liquidity. Now, as we said last time, the banks are always going to be attracted to areas of liquidity, and that's how the institutional candles are formed. And the same thing here. So we can use this advantage vice versa when we're taking when we're trying to look for our exit point. So we always place our exit points at places of liquidity, because we know that when price goes down or up, it takes out the liquidity and it goes, right? So if we take a look on the daily time frame right now, I want you guys to notice this. So on the higher time frames, this liquidity and these equal highs and equal lows are very, very clear. So the higher the time frame it is, the more clear to people is right here. So as you can see, price comes down, sells off, sells off, sells off. So much liquidity is up here, right? Absolutely, so much liquidity is up here. Boom. What does that mean? Now I want you guys to take a look at this. We're going to extend this box. Notice this. Boom. This liquidity got taken out. So what did we have? We had this huge, massive candle that came up, took out that liquidity, and it drops. Now usually when we get very major equal highs getting taken out, especially on a high time frame, we usually get a huge drop after that, right? Price needs to go back down and retrace. So we had exactly that beautiful drop. So I want you guys to take a look and notice the candle. This candle was a day before. I think there was something to do with the Brexit elections, and it was an absolute crazy night. So we had like a 300-400 pip movement upwards. And now here's the thing, news is just an excuse to drive price to where the banks wanted to. So it's an excuse to drive price up to those equal highs, and it did exactly that, because remember, the banks are still controlling the markets. Just because a news event happens doesn't mean that someone else starts control or the government starts controlling it, right? So boom, it did exactly that, drove price up there and smashed. Now if we drop down into the 4-hour time frame, we could have easily taken a sell from here off our institutional candle, because it clearly took out liquidity and price just dropped now, right? So if we go back down, we still have our areas of liquidity right here, and we have this double top. Now we know that these are going to get taken out. It's just a matter of when, right? So we know that equal highs and equal lows will get taken out, but we just don't know when. So we obviously react to the markets. In these markets, we always react. We don't pre-act, right? We don't stick to our egos and be like, oh yeah, this is definitely going to happen first, or this is definitely going to happen last, right? So for me, just based on fundamentally for GU, the equal lows are going to get taken out first. It's obviously closer to it, And as you can see, it actually did do that. So this wick right here would have taken out all these lows, and away it goes. So usually what happens is, boom, lots of double top gets taken out, reaction off that, and it goes up and it moves bullishly, right? That's where manipulation happens here. So how do we use this to our advantage now? First of all, I'm going to go back in time and just try and spot out more areas of liquidity, guys, because so I can train your eyes to spot this, because that's all you're trying to do, guys. You're just trying to train your eyes to keep spotting and spotting this, right? So I'm going to even get rid of this right here. Right. So as you can see, this will be another area considered liquidity, double bottom, right? This extremely boom, so much liquidity sitting up here. Why? Because it's on a 4 hour time frame. First of all, boom, buying. Stop losses all being placed under here, right? So let's just say we're going to take a sell on GBP USD. Now this is a nice huge candle, bullish, bearish, engulfing. Everything's nice about it. Now it is a big stop loss for this. This is usually not what we take, so we could easily take it off to 50% just so we get a small stop loss, because remember, we're trying to make our wins smaller, our wins bigger, and our stops and our losses smaller. So what could our first take profit be? These equal lows right here, right? Could be first take profit, our second take profit, and our third take profit down here. Nice 200 pips, an easy 8-to-1 reward to risk ratio right here, right? That's really nice right there. So we can target these equal lows. We can target down here as well. So I want to bring something to your attention really quickly, guys, and is when you're taking your take profit, don't place it here, because usually what happens is sometimes the price just likes to come down and just create another wick down here, just increase the liquidity even more, or trick people to thinking that that area is support, right? So what I usually like to do is take my take profit and just place it few pips above these wicks, just in case, because so many times it's happened. The price came down literally so exactly, touched my take profit, but just due to spreads it didn't hit me in, right? So always take that into consideration. Make sure you do that, and just place your take profit a tiny bit above. So we also have imbalances, other ICs, and retail patterns. Now I'm going to go over the retail patterns, but I'm not going to go over the other two because I'll leave that for another video for you guys, right? So let's take a look here. So I'm going to go over retail patterns. So really quickly, let's just say a retail pattern would be considered maybe a trend line. Just say that we have a trend line here. So if we were in a sell right here, let's just say for example we were selling from up here, so we had that nice institutional candle, beautiful trade, absolute beautiful trade. Price came up to the dot and boom, price sold off, right? Now this is a huge stop loss. We would have taken it on a smaller time frame. Probably would have missed it out because I wouldn't have taken this personally, but a lot of people would. Now our first target, equal lows, so a lot of consolidation right here, equal lows right here. Our second target would be our imbalance, which I'll go over later on. And then our third would be these equal lows right here, maybe this double bottom. And then our fourth would be this trend line. I'll be looking, once the banks are in the move, then I'd be looking for this trend line to get taken out, right? That could be our target, for this trend line to get taken out. That's another target that I usually like to look at. So basically that's just a basic understanding of liquidity in the market, guys. Unfortunately I did record a video before that and a video about imbalances and my mic just cut off, so but that's all good. But anyways, I appreciate everyone for listening in, and I hope you all guys have an amazing day. Thank you for listening.